Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, I got a question for you. Um, I just left our daughter's house, your daughter's house, and you know she's graduating, and she was telling me that she wanted, I guess her biological father just came back into her life or whatever the case after 17 years, and she wanted him to come to the graduation, but in order for that to happen, I have to give up my ticket. And she told me that you knew something about this.
Yeah, I didn't know something about it.
And
Is that a problem?
You don't think it's a problem? Like after 17
No.
years? Like you don't think that's a problem?
No, I don't think it's a problem at all. Because if she want her daddy back in her life, put her daddy back in her life.
So you want me? So after 17 years, this dude come around. Look, he can be there, but y'all want me to give up my ticket to let him come? Don't I pay for that entire graduation?
No, listen,
I got her first.
You should respect. Okay, and we appreciate everything that you did. But at the end of the day, it's still gonna be her daddy, and she wants her daddy to come back in her life. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Y'all trifling as hell, man. You mean to tell me
honestly?
So what's up with you and him? Y'all back together or something? Because it has to be something to it. Because ain't no man after 17 years, ain't no man just gonna pop back up and I want to be at your graduation now. Ain't no man do it. And what type of man is he?
What you mean? What type of man is he?
Listen,
he's trying to come back in his daughter's life.
Any type of man.
I don't see nothing wrong with that.
But y'all in cahoots with trying to get me to give up my ticket that I paid for?
Come on now, ain't nobody in cahoots. It's just that she want her daddy to see her daddy graduate. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, but you brought it to her. She told me you brought it to her. You brought it. You convinced her to do that.
Because we trying to build a family. We trying to build a family.
After 17 years.
We trying to build a family.
After 17
years. Yeah, after 17 years. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Man, y'all trifling as hell, man. Straight up. You know
what?
This is what I'm going to do. Just like I told her, that apartment that I just got for her, I just went and pulled the lease off. I pulled the lease off of it. That graduation that I paid for, I'm finna go take all my money back. Matter of fact, I'm on my way there right now.
No, that's wrong. No, that's trifling.
Wrong. That's trifling. So after 17 years, y'all kick me to the curb, and that ain't trifling? But I'm just supposed to give up my money. I'm supposed to give her my money. Okay. I've taken care of this girl for 17 years. Saw her through all her schools. Was at all her little milestones. I was the man there.
You don't think she appreciate that?
I mean, the damn show don't feel like it.
Everything you do. But so now you're gonna do that to her?
I'm taking all.
You gonna take everything from her?
I am.
You know that, and that's what you call trifling.
I am.
But you so-called want to be a daddy.
I don't.
But you want to be.
That's over with. Man, come on. That's over with.
That's over with.
Yeah, that's over.
So you want? So you gonna be out of her life just like that?
I'm done.
Just because of the graduation? Are you serious?
No, she told me that you convinced her to do it, and she old enough to make her own decisions. So she came to me and told me she wanted to give up my ticket that I paid for to a man that hasn't been there for 17 years, right? And you don't want me to be at a graduation that I paid for, the money that I worked for and I spent and paid for, and I got her first apartment. And I'm getting kicked to the curb. I'm the bad guy now.
Ain't nobody said you was getting kicked to the curb. It's just that she want her daddy to come. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't see anything wrong with that.
You know what? Look, all y'all can go now, because I'm just finna take everything back.
Wow.
And I'm gonna let y'all handle that.
Like,
that's how it is.
Nah. You're wrong for that.
I'll be wrong. I'll be wrong. I'll be wrong. Don't worry about it. Hey, look, I'll tell you what. I'm about to get off this phone. I want y'all to go have a happy family together, because I'm out that shit.
Oh, you wrong.
Yeah, that's right. Sure right. Like I'm supposed to just stick around and let something like this go down, man. I've been there for 17 years. Man, I ain't trying to hear that crap, man. Straight up.
Guys, so I watched this video and I was like, no, this can't be real. There's no way it's real. And so I decided to go on YouTube and I checked and I found so many men complain about the same thing. Not about the same video, but about the same thing. They took in these women with their babies, took care of the babies, stepped up like a biological father would, took care of these babies as their own, and eventually they were kicked to the curb after years of taking care of these these children. And then there's one actually I watched, the stepfather stepped up, raised her, and she reconnected with her biological father. The stepdad had already paid for the wedding and everything. I'm going to look for it and I'm going to bring it here and comment on it. So the stepfather took care of everything, paid for the wedding, because in America it's different from Africa where the groom pays for everything. So he pays for the wedding. The lady reconnects with her father, the biological father, and then she says, "You know what? Stepdad, thank you for the wedding. Thank you for the years that you've taken care of me and my siblings. But it will be my biological father to walk me down the aisle." Yeah. She wanted her biological father, the man that left her, the man that abandoned her, the man that walked out on her and never looked back, was out there gallivanting, to be the one walking her down the aisle. And now, here we are with this man again. This man gets married to this woman with a 5-year-old. 5 years, because we assume that by the time this man got married to this lady, the girl was 5 years, since she is now graduating and he has taken care of her for 17 years. So the guy takes care of this girl for 17 years. He steps up, raises her, he loves her like his own. He feeds her, clothes her, pays for her school fees. He does everything a father is supposed to do, not for 1 year, not for 5 years, but for 74 years. He didn't marry this lady and say, no, okay, I'm going to love you, but you know what? Find this child's father or take this child somewhere else. No, he actually takes her in along with the mother. So his relationship with the mother eventually ends. When that relationship ended, like most men, he could have said, now that the relationship with your mother is ended, so is our relationship. Since you're not my child, I'm not going to continue with the responsibilities of raising you and taking care of you. He could have walked away, and I mean, it was within his right, but no, he had fathered this girl, like fathered her like his own, like he had begotten her, not begotten in a manner of, biological begottenness. We are talking about begetting her, taking her in his very like deep inner soul. He felt like this child was now his responsibility. So he kept showing up, he kept supporting her, he kept loving her, because to him, she wasn't anyone else's daughter anymore, but his own daughter. At least that's what he believed. Graduation comes, and like every parent, I'm sure he dreamt of that day. I'm sure he was looking forward to that day. He got his suit ready. He could have even bought a camera just for the moment, for the occasion. He could have, done everything. I'm sure he was in his head, he was thinking. The reason why I'm saying all this, it's because I know that, in fact, we know, both of us, all of us know that this man went an extra mile of not just paying for the graduation and taking care of all other responsibilities he had been taking care of for 17 years, but he went ahead and got her an apartment. Not only does he pay and take care of her for 17 years, but goes ahead to set her up for life by getting her an apartment, which so many people spend years trying to be able to afford on their own and they're not. And this guy goes ahead to do that, such a very tremendous, beautiful thing for this girl. that he did not give birth to, but he had actually adopted in his heart as his own daughter. And so the guy shows up, the biological father comes back into their lives. I don't know how it started, but maybe I guess maybe he came and started, kind of creating a relationship with a mother, trying to show that he wants to reconnect with a daughter and start life over again. And they accepted him back in their life. And that is kudos to the daughter, but no kudos to the woman, because now I'm wondering, where's your brain? This man abandoned you and your daughter for 17 full years, left her when she was only 5 years old. He left, went gallivanted, lived as though he didn't have any responsibility on earth, as though he did not have any child on earth. For 17 full years, he enjoyed his life as a single man, as a man without a child. And 17 years now that the responsibilities of taking care of a child, raising a child are done, because I mean, a 22-year-old does not really need to depend that much on their parents. Now that the responsibilities of taking care of this child have been done by another man, he wants back. He wants back into your lives and into this daughter's life, as though the 17 years never really happened. So he reconnects with the daughter and the mother, and then the daughter calls the stepfather to an apartment that he had paid for and broke the news that, you know what, I reconnected with my dad, my biological father, and he's like, yes, I hear you. I'm happy for you. Kudos. Way to go. Yes, but now, you know about the graduation. Yes, the graduation I paid for. Yeah, I'm only allowed so many people. He's like, okay, I'm listening. Yeah, and because I'm allowed only so many people, I cannot have so many people. It's like, okay, go on, girl. I'm listening. Yeah, so do you know the ticket that you bought? It's like, yes, the ticket I bought for the graduation. Can you please give it up and give it to my father, my biological father? Like, what? Why? Yeah, because now you see, because since I'm only allowed so many people and I want him there, it means one of you guys needs to give up their ticket. And I'm thinking it should be you, because the other one is my mother and she has to be at the graduation. And he's my biological father, and we are trying to build a family. He's like, what? The graduation I paid for, the ticket I bought myself. Like, yes, I'm sorry, but please, I hope you understand. He's my biological father. He has to be there. So, this man is like, okay, I'll talk to your mother. So I'm sure he's hoping to talk to the mother to talk some sense into this girl. And he goes to the car, picks up the phone on his way back home, calls the mother and like, what is this that I'm hearing? The girl told me that I should give up my ticket to the man that abandoned her 17 years ago. And the lady's like, yeah, what's wrong with that? He's the biological father. He's like, are you kidding me? I took care of this child for 17 years. Where was he? 17 full years I've sacrificed. 17 years I've invested my emotions. When I accepted this daughter, I thought that I was also accepted against all odds. I loved her against all odds unconditionally. I thought I was also loved and accepted unconditionally into her life. I've invested so much time, 17 full years of my money, 17 years of my sacrifices, 17 years of my time and emotions. And then she's like, you have to understand, he's the biological father. No one is saying he shouldn't be there. But this man that has been there, that has actually made sure that this girl achieves that graduation, should be honored before this man, the biological father, is honored. So this is what the stepfather is trying to say, to tell the ex-wife, that I've done so much to be just disregarded after 17 years. And then he's like, okay, if that's the case, then I'm also withdrawing all the benefits. I'm taking back the money that I paid for the graduation. I'm taking back the money um that I paid for the apartment. And suddenly this man becomes a villain. But I do not hear anyone say, you know what? This man will reimburse your ticket. Let him pay for the ticket. At the very least, he could have offered to pay for that ticket. But just coming, you want everything so free. So much that you have a daughter that is graduating that you didn't take part, but you want to celebrate. You want to celebrate over something that you did not contribute to. You want a ticket that you did not even pay for. You want it back. You want it free of charge, for free of charge. So they expected this guy to bend over and just hand over the ticket, because after all, now he's not together with the ex-wife, and this biological father has now decided to return. And suddenly the 17 years of all his investments, the 17 years of half this girl's life, 17 years, they absolutely mean nothing to these people, just because this man decided to show up. Yeah. So the stepfather says no. He says no. And then suddenly, this mother says, you're so wrong for it. You're so wrong for doing that. You're so wrong. You should not, take back the money that you invested already. He invested knowing very well and hoping that he's investing in his own future, the future of his daughter. But now, because he's now not a father anymore to this girl, why does he need to continue investing? you know so the mother says that the guy is being selfish, the daughter is upset. People in the comments are saying the guy is overreacting over what? you know so I don't know. I want someone to make me understand this correctly. So you want to take away the title he spent 17 years earning, but you still want him to keep paying the bills? You want another man to sit in the father's seat while this man continues financing the father's role? How does that work? Because nobody said to this biological father, since now you're back, take over. There's a graduation. It needs to be paid for. Their tickets, they need to be bought. The girl needs an apartment. She needs to be set up. No one said that, you know? But their expectation was that the biological father gets the honor, the stepfather keeps the responsibility. I mean, make that make sense. And that's really what bothered me. For me, it wasn't just that graduation. It was not even the biological father coming back, because I mean, kudos to him for remembering that now he has a child. It wasn't anything else, really. For me, it was the entitlement. The expectation that this man should quietly accept being pushed out, while he also continues to fund the very people that are pushing him out. Almost like they were saying, we don't need you anymore. We just need what you can do for us. So you hear this man's pain in the voice. You hear it. It's rage. You know, you hear it. His blood is boiling out of his veins, and he's so right for it. Here's right. People, we cannot start taking people for granted. 17 years of birthdays, 17 years of school fees, late nights, worries, sacrifice, love, only to be told without actually saying the words that thank you for getting us here. We'll take it from here. But before you leave, can you keep paying? No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. For me, that's where I draw the line. Because for me, gratitude and responsibility go hand in hand. If you decided another man is now the father, then that man should now also carry the responsibilities of being the father. After all, the biggest part of it has been carried by someone else that has not been thanked, someone else that has been disregarded, used, and trashed out. You cannot remove someone from the privilege of fatherhood and still expect him to carry its burdens. That's not love. That's not appreciation. That's taking someone for granted. And maybe that's the real lesson here. Guys, let me tell you this. It's high time we start holding women accountable. There's so many things women are doing that makes me, I don't know, this is not women used to do. At least back in that day, I used to be very proud to be a woman. We used to hear of men doing so many diabolical things, but doing this to this man is not fair. At least we have had so many men that have abandoned these women and their children, and the woman has struggled to raise the child. Let's talk about those, but let's not trash men. Let us not take for granted the few men that have stood up and taken care of children that are not theirs without complaining. Because then we are going to rob, or we're going to rob away the privilege from other children that would need such men in the future. Because now men are going to start fearing taking, loving a woman and their child together. Because to them, it's going to be like, eventually you have done your part. They're going to kick you out of their cab. And when the moment comes for you to now celebrate fatherhood, for you now to be honored and recognized as a father, that's when you're going to be replaced by someone else that did not take part in anything, that is going to come and enjoy the recognition that you worked so hard to achieve. I'm not saying that these men are doing this so they can be praised, but I mean, don't they deserve it? Don't they deserve to be praised, to be worshipped? Moreover, I would worship that man. I would ask my child to, I don't know, like that man is your God at that point. Stepping up, doing the very things you yourself you would not be able to do for your child. We need to start holding women accountable. And I'm not happy about this. I know about feminism and everything, but feminism, whatever it's doing to society, it's not right. I know men have their own flaws, but let's not add fuel to the insult already. Let's not add fuel to the fire already that is already burning. At least the very few men that are doing the right thing, let them be praised. Let them, be encouraged. Let other men see and appreciate it. And also want to be, recognized like that man. I'm telling you, we need to be careful not to reduce people to what they can provide. Because one day, those people will realize they were only loved for their usefulness and not for them. And when that happens, don't be surprised if the benefits disappear with them. Yeah, I support him. In fact, he should be paid for all the 17 years. This man, the biological father, did now he wants to be a father. Let him pay back the 17 years this man spent investing in his child cannot come and just start enjoying the free life your child has been built for. No, this man needs justice. The woman, the daughter, and the biological father, if they want him out of their life, they should pay him back for the 17 years. Because for me, he was being used. They loved him under false pretense so they can benefit from whatever he had to bring on the table. And now that the table is full, they want him out. He should not enjoy whatever he put on the table. He needs to be recompensated. He needs to be reimbursed. The father that left 17 years ago needs to pay back this man for investing in his daughter. Tell me in the comment section, do you think this man is being selfish? Do you think he's wrong for taking back the apartment and the money that he paid for the graduation? Is he wrong? Or did he just simply refuse to finance his own replacement?